My Hollywood Pride success includes singer Jonathan Casanas on stage, bent knee, marriage proposal, live with tears. This weekend, the city of Hollywood completed a very successful LGBTQ+ festival called My Hollywood Pride. The city is celebrating a dramatic change of its representation and support for the LGBTQ+ community. In the last decade, the city had an HRC municipal equality rating of just 38 out of 100, which is considered the perfect score. The LGBTQ+ community and the city have continued to commit to equality improvement with moves to numbers in the 60s, then into the 80s, and last year was the first time the city had a 100 perfect score. Now repeated for the second year. Led by the Hollywood LGBTQ+ Council leadership, including Todd Del May, Melissa Robles, and Jeff Oliveria, Hollywood has literally arrived as a major player in the LGBTQ+ community. After all, South Florida is home to Miami's South Beach, Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, and other mega LGBTQ+ communities. But My Hollywood Pride reflected a unique difference. The family festival was attended by tens of thousands, was especially family friendly. Major sponsor was leading Don't Say Gay opposition, South Florida Safe Schools, and its executive director, Scott Galvin. The main stage included dozens of local LGBTQ+ and ally talent, hosted by, of course, Velvet Lenore. Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network were major media sponsors, and the entire event was captured for Queer News Tonight television. A special highlight was its Happening Out host Jonathan Casanas singing performance on the main stage. At the end of the set, his boyfriend came to the stage with our own Fay What, and he got down on one knee to propose, to the shock, then tears of Jonathan. It was such a poignant moment of what a family-friendly Pride Festival represents. Their theme was Welcome Home, and to her words, could not be spoken.
Excuse me, give it up for Jonathan Casanas! So we've got a special guest that needed to come up on the stage all the way from the UK, and it is his boo, and he's got a question that he wants to ask Jonathan.
Do you want to spend the rest of your life waking up next to my sweaty body? Do you want to spend the rest of your life being super annoyed by me? I want to be forever with you. Do you want to be forever with me? Yes, of course, Bobby.
He said yes! My Hollywood Pride! Jonathan said yes! Our first engagement at My Hollywood Pride! Make some noise for this beautiful couple! We are all invited to the wedding!
All right, you heard that. We're all invited to the wedding.
That's what I heard.
Jonathan is hosting with Faye and I Wednesday on It's Happening Out. You're going to hear a blow-by-blow. Oh, wait. Maybe of the whole experience. His mother was present. A big surprise. Virtually everybody knew, I guess, except Jonathan. So it was a lot of fun. So make sure you tune into It's Happening Out on Wednesday. Congratulations, Jonathan. Beautiful moment.
Interesting side note. I was in Fort Lauderdale, and I heard Faye announce it all the time.
You know, that's funny because it's true. One other quick thing about My Hollywood Pride. Went last year for the first time. It was their first ever Pride event last year. And it was a festival where, to be honest with you, evaluating it a year later, I can say this. It was kind of like, wow, this is strange. It was a strange Pride festival. The stage wasn't set up correctly. Lots of things were just strange. You know, we go to, we have Pride Fort Lauderdale, we go to Stonewall, we go to Miami Beach, we go to Orgullo. This wasn't that. And I guess we just weren't ready for that. This year, they made gigantic improvements. The staging was spectacular. There was lots of enthusiasm and energy. The crowds were big. The crowds were big through the entire day. And it wasn't a traditional Pride festival. Right. And this time I was ready for that, and I thought, wow, this is just awesome. It represents on the community in a completely different way than what we do at Stonewall on Wilton Drive or at Miami Beach on Ocean.
Right.
And there's a place for that.
Exactly.
So Hollywood has figured out, wait, this is what we would like to do. And we love that. Now we want 10 more cities in South Florida to go, let's do something and be unique for our community.
And I think it's really
yeah.
important to note, you know, the people that you mentioned in this report, you know, you have Jeff, you have Scott, you have all these people who are down there, you know, in Hollywood right now with a vision, and they're coming together as community leaders and they're making it happen.
Right.
And that's what it takes. That's what it takes, you know. It takes the absence of egos and the commitment to vision. So, heads up to
Wow,
y'all.
wow, right? Did everybody feel that? I felt that.
I felt
But it's
that.
important,
I
you know,
heard
I mean,
that.
coming from being a producer of Miami Beach Gay Pride, which is humongous. Now it's called Miami Beach Pride. But I was there yesterday and I really, really enjoyed it. There were a lot of people, but there weren't so many people that you couldn't walk around. You know, at some of these larger events, it doesn't matter where you are in the festival footprint. There's music coming from one stage or another that makes it difficult to talk. I did not experience that there.
Well, and
they had a wonderful family kids zone, which was
Yes.
amazing.
And they're saying welcome home, and that was exactly what it felt like. It felt like home. You know, Misty Eyes did the drag queen story hour again, and she was phenomenal. I know I love the family implementation. That just felt amazing to walk around and see families with their parents. You know, a drag queen performing, and you know the mom giving the kid the money to go tip the drag queen. It was just so beautiful. There was no cursing from the stage. It was all family friendly and wonderful. You know, this morning I hope that Jeff and Todd and the beautiful Miss Melissa Robles, that I have a huge crush on, that, you know, all of them are waking up this morning and knowing, Miss Francesca, you killed it on that stage. What they did was phenomenal. Yet last year, like you said, was the inaugural, right? And there were certain things that weren't right.
always
They learned from those mistakes and came back with a vengeance, and were like, nope, stage moving here. We're going to add Matthew Darren. We're going to add all these Envy. We're going to add all these incredible entertainers that make South Florida, South Florida.
And
You know?
usually, you know, the first year of any event, it's really difficult to get sponsors. So because they did it last year and they brought attention to the city, and for the second time, they're getting 100 rating on the HRC Municipal Equality Index, I think that they got a lot more support, which allowed them to step it up. And I hope that that support continues to grow because they're on the right track.
You know, one other thing that I thought reflected on Hollywood really well, you can have a festival like this, you can have the stage and the entertainment, etc. Fay and I went to their Pride 100 brunch on Saturday, and it is a celebration of the city getting the 100 equality municipality 100 rating again from the HRC. What was interesting about it as a kickoff for My Hollywood Pride is the people in the room. Now, all of the people in the room is people you would expect, and including us. We're in the room. But really what was interesting of the people that were in the room were all of residents of Hollywood that support the LGBTQ community that I have no idea who they are. And they're voicing up support, and they're at this event because they love Hollywood and they support the LGBTQ community, so they came to this event. And an example of that is Hollywood's a little bit different than Wilton. Wilton's 14,000 residents. Hollywood is a major it's a major city in Florida, about 140,000, 50,000 in the city limits, I think, approximately. Everybody was there. The mayor's there. All of the city commissioners are there. The police chief, all of the police, the fire departments.
It's important to them.
It was
Absolutely.
important to them, and you could feel
There's an embracement.
we are
real.
here to stand
exactly.
up for the LGBTQ community in Hollywood. And to me, that was an amazing moment, because as I'm sitting watching it, this old jaded, I've been to everything, everywhere, blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting here watching, wait, this city is celebrating. We know the LGBTQ community is going to lead this, but everyone else of their allies in Hollywood is going, oh, I'm in.
And with the state being so anti-LGBT, it's so important for
It's a
the city
stand.
to be
It's
doing
a
It was
something.
an
stand.
amazing moment.
Exactly.
And the other thing that I have to say, I've never seen before, ever. I've never seen it before. The principal presenting sponsor, Stoley's comes out, you know, AHF is always there, Gilead's always there, blah and blah and blah. We thank you very much. Always, we thank you very much. But the presenting sponsor of My Hollywood Pride and the banners on the stage is Safe Schools South Florida as the presenting sponsor.
Absolutely.
That is so first unusual because you would never see something like that. And it is an embracement that in Hollywood and My Hollywood Pride says our kids are important.
Right.
That's what that embracement as presenting sponsor is. It was. I told Scott Galvin yesterday, I said, my goodness, your association with this has been brilliance because it's the perfect answer to the bully that we have in Tallahassee.
Exactly.
Wait, no, we just support our community, and our support of our community will be seen over and over and over again, and that's how you defeat the craziness of what we're watching in Tallahassee. Good job, City of Hollywood and My Hollywood Pride.
Well done.
Great job. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.